First contact deception. The ESV Phantom hung motionless against the backdrop of stars, its obsidian hull absorbing light rather than reflecting it. From a distance, it looked like a hole in space, a shadow where a ship should be. Inside the command center, Captain Alina Reyes studied the massive space station that dominated the view screen. The Galactic Council's headquarters resembled an enormous silver octopus, its central hub surrounded by dozens of extending docking arms. Final approach vector confirmed, Captain. Lieutenant Commander Jackson reported, his fingers dancing across the navigation console. We're maintaining minimal energy signature as ordered. Elena nodded, her dark eyes never leaving the screen. At 42, she had the bearing of someone who had faced death enough times to no longer fear it. The 20 crew members of the Phantom worked with quiet efficiency around her. They all understood what today meant. Humanity's first official contact with the Galactic Council could reshape Earth's future forever. They've detected us, Communications Officer Liu announced. Receiving transmission. The main screen shifted to show an alien with mottled green skin and 4 independently blinking eyes. 2 breathing slits pulsed where a human nose would be. Unidentified vessel. This is Galactic Council Station Control. Identify yourself and state your purpose. Alina stepped forward. This is Captain Alina Reyes of the Earth Survey Vessel Phantom. We request permission to dock and present Earth's credentials to the Council. The alien's 4 eyes blinked in rapid succession. Earth vessel? That's unexpected. Your species isn't scheduled for evaluation for another 15 standard cycles. How did you reach Council space? Alina allowed herself a small smile. We've made some advancements in propulsion technology. Permission to dock. The alien seemed flustered. One moment. The screen went dark. They're scanning us. Security Chief Okafor reported. Let them try. Alina replied. All systems functioning as designed. Okafor nodded. The dampening field is active. They'll detect basic antimatter propulsion, and nothing more. 5 minutes later, the alien reappeared. Proceed to docking Arm 37. A reception committee will meet you. As the Phantom approached the station, Alina could see dozens of alien vessels docked at various arms. Most were bulky with visible engine arrays and weapon systems. The Phantom, with its smooth, featureless hull, stood out like a shark among tunas. Ambassador Thomas Chen adjusted his formal uniform as the ship completed docking procedures. At 65, he was Earth's most experienced diplomat, with gray-streaked hair and eyes that missed nothing. Remember, he told the small delegation gathered in the airlock, we show respect but not subservience. Earth enters galactic politics as an equal, not as a primitive newcomer. The airlock hissed open to reveal 6 aliens of different species. The tallest had blue-tinted skin and limbs that seemed too long for its body. Welcome to the Galactic Council Station, it said through a translator device. I am First Adjutant Rel. Please follow me. The council chamber was enormous, a circular amphitheater with rising tiers of seats occupied by representatives of dozens of species. Some looked almost human, while others were so alien that Chen couldn't even guess at their biology. In the center was a raised platform where the Earth delegation now stood. A deep, resonant voice boomed from concealed speakers. The Council recognizes the delegation from Earth, Sol System, Western Spiral Arm. You may present your credentials. Ambassador Chen stepped forward. Honorable representatives of the Galactic Council, I bring greetings from Earth and all humanity. We come seeking recognition and mutual exchange between our worlds. Murmurs spread through the chamber. A being with silvery scales and 4 arms spoke next. Your arrival is unprecedented. Our understanding was that humanity had only achieved rudimentary space travel within your own system. Your vessel's capabilities suggest otherwise. Chen nodded. Earth has chosen a path of independent development. While we've been aware of the Council's observation outposts near our system for some time, we felt it best to perfect our technologies before making formal contact. This caused louder murmurs, a large rocky-skinned being shifted forward. You claim to have detected our observation posts without our knowledge. Impossible. Council monitoring systems are beyond your technological understanding. Perhaps not as beyond as you might believe. Chen replied carefully. A small, insectoid creature clicked something that the translators rendered as, "We are interested in your vessel's propulsion system. Our scans detected conventional antimatter drives. Yet your journey here should have taken decades." Chen smiled politely. "We would be happy to discuss technology exchanges after formal recognition of Earth's sovereignty is established." This caused an uproar as several representatives began speaking at once. From a raised platform, a being with 6 eyes and golden skin raised all 4 of its hands. "Order. We will proceed according to protocol. A scientific delegation will examine the Earth vessel while we continue diplomatic discussions." Back on the Phantom, Captain Rice received an alert from Lieutenant Commander Jackson. "Captain, 3 vessels are breaking formation and moving to surround us. 2 Vrox destroyers and a Tarkin science vessel." Alina's eyes narrowed. The Vrox were known as the Council's enforcers, a militaristic species that handled security and sometimes intimidation. They're powering up scanning equipment far beyond what would be considered a standard inspection, Science Officer Puddle reported. "Send one warning on an open channel," Alina ordered. Communications Officer Liu spoke clearly into the comm. "Attention approaching vessels. The ESV Phantom does not consent to invasive scanning. Further approach will be considered hostile action." The vessels continued their approach. "They're not responding," Captain Liu reported. "Defensive Protocol 2, Alina said calmly. In the council chamber, Ambassador Chen was explaining Earth's proposal for trade relations when alarms began to sound. The 6-eyed council leader received an urgent message and looked up in shock. "What have you done?" it demanded. Before Chen could respond, Captain Ray's voice filled the chamber, calm and measured. "This is Captain Alina Reyes of the Earth Survey Vessel Phantom. Your military vessels attempted an unauthorized invasive scan of our ship despite our warning. In response, we temporarily disabled their propulsion and weapon systems. No permanent damage has been done, and life support remains fully functional. Power will return to their systems in approximately 30 minutes. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Some representatives looked frightened, others angry. "Impossible," shouted the Vrox representative, a heavily armored being with ridged skin. "Nothing can penetrate our shields." In the sudden silence that followed this outburst, Chen stood calmly. "Perhaps it's time we discussed Earth's actual technological capabilities." On a secure view screen that suddenly activated in the center of the council chamber, the image of the Phantom began to change. The featureless black hull seemed to ripple, revealing intricate patterns of light that pulsed beneath the surface. The ship shimmered, and suddenly, it wasn't just hanging in space. It seemed to be partially phased into another dimension, visible yet somehow not entirely present. "What you're seeing," Alina explained through the comlink, "is the Phantom's true form. What your scans detected was merely a shell, a disguise to mask our actual technology." Dr. Amara Patel, the ship's science officer, continued the explanation, her voice echoing through the chamber. "While you've been attempting to push faster through normal space with increasingly powerful engines, we took a different approach. The Phantom doesn't move through space at all. It moves with the dark matter currents that flow through and around all conventional matter." The council scientists present looked stunned. One of them, a tall being with multiple eye stalks, stood up. "That's theoretically impossible. Dark matter cannot be manipulated by conventional means. It doesn't interact with normal matter or electromagnetic forces." Dr. Paddle smiled. "Who said anything about conventional means?" In the stunned silence that followed, Ambassador Chen stepped forward again. "Earth requests formal recognition from this council, not as newcomers, but as equals. We come in peace and friendship, but we will not be treated as primitives to be studied or controlled." The council leader looked at the human delegation with new eyes. "It seems we have much to discuss, representatives of Earth." Much indeed. The negotiation table. 3 days after the incident, the Galactic Council's emergency session stretched into its 14th hour. Representatives from 47 species argued bitterly about how to respond to humanity's unexpected capabilities. They must be contained immediately, thundered Imperator Vrax, the Vrock's military representative. His scaled skin flushed dark purple with rage. Any species that can disable our warships with impunity represents an existential threat to Council security. Is it the humans who threaten security, or merely your pride that has been wounded? Countered Representative Tella, a slender being composed of what appeared to be luminous gas contained within a transparent exoskeleton. For centuries, the Vrocks have claimed military supremacy. Perhaps some humility would benefit us all. In a secured conference room several levels below the main council chamber, Ambassador Chen sat across from the council's diplomatic delegation. The tension in the room was palpable. Your demonstration was most effective, said senior diplomat Srel, the long-limbed blue alien who had first greeted the humans. But it has created significant concerns among council members. Chen nodded. That was not our preferred introduction, but the attempted military scan forced our hand. You must understand our position, said Orn, a small amphibious being with large, expressive eyes. A previously unknown species suddenly appears with technology that surpasses our most advanced military capabilities. The natural reaction is caution, even fear. Fear is a poor foundation for diplomacy, Chen replied. Earth comes seeking partnership, not dominance. A holographic display activated in the center of the table, showing the Phantom in its true form, partially phased into the dark matter realm. Next to this image appeared a human woman in her 50s with close-cropped gray hair and intense eyes. This is Dr. Marcus Chen, creator of the phase drive. Ambassador Chen explained. She has agreed to explain some basic principles of our technology as a gesture of good faith. Dr. Chen nodded to the assembled aliens. The simplified explanation is that we discovered dark matter isn't merely a passive component of the universe. It flows in currents, like rivers through space. Our drive doesn't try to push against normal space. Instead, it partially phases our vessels into the dark matter realm, allowing us to move with these currents before rematerializing at the desired coordinates. But dark matter doesn't interact with normal matter, objected a Khalidian scientist, their crystalline body refracting light as they leaned forward. It's a fundamental property. That was our understanding too, until we discovered the convergence frequency, Dr. Chen replied. At very specific quantum vibrations, the barrier between normal and dark matter becomes permeable. The mathematics behind it are complex. We request full technical specifications of this phase drive, demanded of Rock's representative. Ambassador Chen shook his head. That won't be possible at this stage. We're prepared to share theoretical frameworks, but not implementation details. Security concerns, I'm sure you understand. Meanwhile, aboard the Phantom, Captain Rice received an urgent alert from Security Chief Okafor. Captain, we've detected an infiltration attempt. Something is trying to access our central computer through a quantum entanglement backdoor. Delina's expression hardened. Source: the Council Station, Section 42C. It's sophisticated, almost got through our first 3 security layers. Counter-intrusion protocol. And prepare a data package for me. Back in the Council Station's research division, Chief Scientist Morrow of the Tarkin Collective watched with anticipation as his quantum infiltration program worked to bypass the human vessel's security. The progress bar on his display reached 78% when suddenly the screen went blank. A message appeared. Attempted unauthorized access detected. Reciprocal information exchange initiated. To Morrow's horror, his own secured databases began rapidly downloading to an unknown location. Frantically, he tried to stop the process, but nothing responded to his commands. After exactly 30 seconds, everything returned to normal, except that a complete scan of the Phantom's specifications had been replaced by a simple text message on his screen. That was impolite. Let's try diplomacy instead. Captain Reyes. In the diplomatic conference room, all communication devices suddenly activated simultaneously. Captain Reyes' voice filled the room. Ambassador Chen, I regret to inform you that representatives from the Tarkin Collective have just attempted unauthorized access to the Phantom's secure systems. In response, we've acquired certain sensitive files from their database. These files suggest that elements within the Council have been planning a more thorough examination of our vessel, with or without permission. The alien diplomats looked at each other in alarm. Ambassador Chen's expression remained impassive, but his eyes hardened. It seems, he said carefully, that trust must be earned on both sides. Senior diplomat Zrel turned to the Tarkin representative, facial appendages quivering with what might have been anger. Is this true? The Tarkin scientist looked down. We have a responsibility to understand potential threats. Enough, Zrel interrupted. Turning back to Chen, the diplomat's translator conveyed genuine regret. This action was not authorized by the Council leadership. Please accept our apologies. Chen nodded. Accepted. But this incident highlights our concerns. Earth wishes to join the galactic community, but we will not be subjected to espionage or intimidation. Hours later, the full Council reconvened. The massive chamber hummed with anticipation as Ambassador Chen stood on the central platform. Behind him stood Captain Reyes and Dr. Marcus Chen. Honorable representatives, Chen began. Earth proposes the following terms for our integration into the Council. First, Earth will be recognized as a sovereign power with all rights and protections afforded to full Council members. Second, we will establish a joint scientific commission to explore dark matter technologies under careful supervision. Third, we will share certain aspects of our phase drive technology in exchange for access to the Council's medical and biological databases. The Council leader leaned forward. And if these terms are not accepted, then Earth will continue its independent development. We have already located 17 potential colony worlds beyond Council space. We would prefer cooperation, but we do not require it. A tense silence filled the chamber. Finally, the Council leader spoke. The terms are acceptable with certain modifications. A probationary period of Council membership lasting 5 standard cycles seems reasonable. Dr. Marcus Chen stepped forward. If I may address a scientific matter. When the Council leader nodded, she continued. Our dark matter detection systems have identified unusual activity in the Cygnus arm, approximately 3,000 light-years from here. Something is disturbing the natural flow patterns. It may be nothing, but in our experience, such anomalies warrant investigation. This statement caused a ripple of concern among the Council representatives. The head scientist of the Eloan species, a being with gossamer wings and 6 eyes, stood up. We have detected no such anomalies. Our dark matter monitoring systems are the most advanced in known space. Until yesterday, you didn't believe dark matter could be manipulated at all, Captain Rice pointed out. Perhaps there are other things your sensors aren't designed to detect. The Council leader raised its hands for silence. This matter will be investigated jointly, as the first act of cooperation between Earth and the Council. 3 months later, the ESV Pathfinder, Earth's newest dark matter vessel, emerged from phase near the coordinates Dr. Chen had identified. It was accompanied by the Council science vessel Enlightenment. Both ships immediately detected the massive disturbance in the dark matter currents, a swirling vortex that seemed to be growing larger by the day. Captain Rice, now commanding the Pathfinder, opened a channel to the Council vessel. Are you seeing what we're seeing? The Eloan scientist's voice came through clearly. Yes, Captain. It appears your Dr. Chen was correct. Something is manipulating the dark matter flows on a scale far beyond what should be possible. As they watched, a massive shape began to materialize from within the vortex, a vessel larger than anything either humans or the Council had ever built. Its design was utterly alien, with geometries that seemed to bend in impossible ways. Captain, the Eloan scientist's voice now carried a note of fear. I believe we've just discovered why humans developed dark matter technology so quickly. We are not alone in this capability. Elena Reyes watched the massive alien ship with a mixture of awe and determination send an emergency transmission to Earth and the Council. Tell them the galaxy just got a lot more complicated. As the unknown vessel fully materialized, energy readings spiked across all sensors. The first test of humanity's new alliance with the Galactic Council was about to begin, far sooner than anyone had expected.